everybody, this is Noxy here, and today I'm going to show you how to build one of these lovely enchantment rooms like I showed off in my recent video. If you haven't seen that yet, check out the link in the description. Now I'm going to be building it pretty much exactly like this one as far as the decoration and the setup goes, but obviously you can build it however you like, decorate it, hide it underground, build into a wall or a cave or anything you like. And we'll try and focus mainly on the wiring, but the first thing you need to do is find a place to start. I've just built this platform up here, and the first thing you need to do is, well, you can do it in any order. It works quite nicely to start with the ring of pressure plates. So we're going to start by placing some blocks. I'm using these nether bricks because that's the way I like the look of. And you need to build a ring like this. It should be 5 by 5. So our entrance is going to be over here, and this is the main floor where the pressure plates are going to go. So they go around like this on every block except the entrance one. And obviously I'm going to design it so that it works around clockwise, starting from here. Of course, if you wanted, you could do it the other way, just build it as a mirror image. Let's just get that time day. So, once you've done that, and if you're obviously building this in a hill, you need to dig down, we're going to place another ring of blocks underneath that. This time we can skip the middle. And these are most likely going to be hidden, so they can be anything. Now with this last block though, we actually want to bring it down one, like so. And then we go down this way again, and down here, and continue another ring underneath that first one, which should come all the way around to here. It steps up again at the end, and then you can just wire all the way along that. Like so. So you've got a ring up there with pressure plates, a ring underneath which spirals down through there. So now we have a ring of 15 pressure plates with a ring of wire underneath. The pressure plates will power the wire that's directly underneath them. All except for this last one, which will be for our max level, because we had to drop the wire here to get it to go under. This one currently does nothing, so we need to fix that by creating its own path here. So we're going to clear some space, and make a bit more just so we can see and have better access. Now, the one that's directly beneath this block is this one. So technically that's where we'd need to put our power in, except because it's the last one and there's nothing extra after here that we need to power, it doesn't really matter. We could power anywhere along this wire after this block. It would work just as well. But just the way this wires it more conveniently works to power that one anyway. So to do that, 2 blocks like this, and then one up there next to this pressure plate block. We're going to have one under there, and then there. Break that one out, and wire, repeater, wire, repeater. So the pressure plate powers the block, which will power the wire, which will power the repeater, which will power the block, which will power the wire, which will power the block, which will power the repeater, which will power the block, which will power this wire, which, as I said, is exactly below the pressure plate. So now, because of the 15 block limit of redstone signal, which very conveniently lines up with the number of bookshelves and pressure plates we want to have, that means when we stand here, it will power this wire under here all the way along, but the signal only reaches this block here. If I stand on the next pressure plate, it'll reach to the next block, and so on and so forth, until we stand on this one, and this one will power all of the wire after here. So this bottom loop of wire is going to function as our output to connect to the pistons controlling the bookshelves. But before we can connect them there, we need to know where those pistons are going to be. So to starters, let's place our enchanting table, which goes right in the middle of the ring at head height when you're standing on the floor. And the bookshelves are going to go above the ring with 2 blocks of space, so that they're still in range of the enchanting table, but there's enough headroom you can stand underneath. Now, that's when they're extended. When they're retracted, they're going to be 1 block further away. So we just make a ring of them all the way around. So 5 on each side, by just the 2 on the edges there. We can leave the gap in the middle. You could have one anyway there for decoration. In fact, there are actually more bookshelves than we need because this ring's larger. So there's a few places we could leave gaps and just have other blocks there, but I like to have them all just for the decoration of it. The sticky pistons are going to go directly behind the bookshelves. So on the front side, we just have the 2 there. On the sides, we're going to do 5. On the back, we're just going to have the 3 in the middle. And you do the same on that side as well. It's actually possible you could do all 5 along the back and just 4 here. Doesn't matter where this corner's getting powered from. You can do it from this side or this side. It makes very little difference to how you'd actually set it up. It's the only effect that it would make a difference is if you really wanted to trim down the size of the building. You could shave off like 1 block in this direction if you did it the other way, or in the other direction if you did it the other way. So it's purely a matter of choice. So do the same on the other side as well. And now we have to connect our output up to the pistons. So to do that, down next to this ring, we're going to go 1 down from the edge, out like that, and get some repeaters on there, facing outwards. Row of blocks in front of those, torches like that, and blocks, and we're just alternating up blocks and torches to make a torch tower, or rather 4 torch towers in this case. And the last torches will be right underneath the pistons, and they'll be off by default. Notice the pistons did a quick pulse there and spat the blocks out, but they should be already set when you hit the buttons. So that does that. You do it again. Here we only need to do it for our 3 middle ones. You do it out there, same thing, torch towers up, and all 5 along this side as well. And then you should have what looks like this. So torch towers power all the pistons around here. The only ones we're missing are these 3 here, which need to be done a little bit differently. So this one here, and the reason it's different for this one is just so that we can hide the wiring. So here, block here, next to this one, which we made step up at the beginning. The repeater goes on there, into a block, with a torch on the side, and from there on it's just a torch tower, which lines up next to the piston. So, as I was saying here, you could have this corner come from there or there. In this case, because we've got a wire there, it has to do from this side. On the opposite side, we do pretty much the same thing. I'm going to stick a block here with a repeater on it. Make it face that way, and that will get powered because this block here has the wire on top of it. Then again, torch on the side, and torch tower up from there. And let's just fix those back into place. And now we can test it out. That one gets extended. This one doesn't work yet. But all the rest do. So this last one needs to be a little bit different. because we had to spiral around here to get underneath. So it needs to be powered by this wire on top of this block so that it'll only extend at the appropriate places. So to do that, we're going to place a block under there with a repeater on it facing this way, and then we're going to have a wire underneath that which is going to go along here, along to the side. I'm going to have a block above that so that it doesn't short out across there, and then this way, and then a block there, and that lines up with those. So that takes the power from there down there, the same way as these do, but it's just got a little bit of an extension. And then we can do our torch tower up. And that popped out, so we can just fix it up. And now it should be fully functional. Each pressure plate controls one additional bookshelf. And we can even test it out if we get maybe a diamond sword. There's our level 30. This will be 28, 26, 24, 22, 20, 18, 16. So now the enchantment room is fully functional. The only thing that remains to do is to decorate it and make it look amazing as well. And again, you can do this however you like. I'm just going to show you now how I did mine. You'll most likely want some sort of floor in here so you can't just fall to your death down there. So to do mine, I did the inside with stairs all the way around, upside down and right way up ones. Creates quite a nice effect. Makes the place a little bit more spacious even though it isn't. And I did it like this, all the way around this entrance. I had it extended out a little bit. You could technically just cut the wall off here and you'd only have a, well, pretty much just a round dome shaped thing instead of the front entrance. I had that, I think mostly because it was already there from a previous test and tweak, but it gives you this more of an entrance hallway which looks kind of nice as well. So I had it come out like that with these. Then here's the actual doorway, and then to do the entrance fancily, it was like that, and there was a block there. I think that was a slab. So yeah, we had a sign there and a door in there. And for these bits back here, because they're stairs, this redstone torch here will emit a phantom light through here, so it'll glow a little bit. Now, that's fine, but it looked a bit weird that it was glowing here and nowhere else, so in mine, all I did was put some more torches along there, so it was glowing all the way along. And to cover that on the outside, I did a block there, and there, and just a stairs to blend it into the rest of the place. So that just fills up that space there and goes along like that. And the same on the other side. And for the outside wall, you can wrap it really tightly around and it'll be able to cover everything. Again, we're imagining our ground level would continue. Now, you could tighten it all the way around here as well, but to keep it balanced and looking even and round, you'd probably want to do it like that. So we'll just extend this all the way around, can go there, and we'll raise it up to here, all the way around. And at this level is where I started the sandstone dome part of it. just extended the shape of the walls that was already there. I think I did it on these ones as well. Oops, not down there. So that actually cuts through there. So it's like 5 with 2 bits there and there. And what I did for the inside is I put glowstone over the top of all these pistons. Now, that's going to be completely blocked off and you're never going to see that, except what it does is when the pistons move, there's a brief period when these bookshelves act transparent, so it means that when the level adjusts there's a flash of light, which I think looks kind of cool. And we can just fill this in, just so we don't have gaps in the place. Then for the ceiling, I used some nether brick stairs around here, and just solid blocks in the corners. And that sort of is like a bit like a mirror image of the floor where I've got the nether brick ring. So I thought that looks kind of nice. And then sandstone. Grab the stairs and blocks. Do basically the same thing. Oops. Meant to be above there. So blocks in the corners. And stairs in between. And for the floor, I did a mirror of that as well. Oops, wrong way. And then for underneath, I brought this down one. And then we had a trapdoor with a bit of glowstone underneath. So if you come up close you can see down at that. But we also had a block of chiseled sandstone which sits just under the enchantment table. So you can just sort of see there, and that will create that phantom light which makes that cool eerie glow from underneath. And then on top of the roof, made this a little bit of a tube, whack a block of ice in there, and that means that the sunlight filtering down during the day will be dimmed and give it that nice moody look, which makes it look sort of dim and mysterious and powerful, which is exactly what you want from an enchanting room. Above that we do this stairs and blocks to make a little denty bit, and 3 out like that. Then on the sides we do stairs there and there facing inwards, and you'll need more there. I think I ended up filling the entire inside with blocks just so it was solid, because I don't like having gaps around, but that's not necessary. So like that, stairs there, there's a slab there, then a solid block in these 2 corner bits, and then slabs all the way around like that. And if you continue that, you should end up with something that looks like this. Just a few final touches. We'll fix this grass. I put some fence posts all around the edge just to make this transition look less random and to make it look a bit pretty all the way around. Some redstone torches by the door. A door. A sign above, just type Fallen of Enchantment or whatever. There's string along the ground here, which again should help to stop mobs from spawning. Apparently I missed these stairs. And the ceiling here, forgot to do as well. You can see that mood light is now looking like a mood light. Redstone in these corners. Again, to stop mobs from spawning and look kind of cool. And one of the most useful things you want to do is obviously label all these pressure plates so we know which levels are where. So I did that. It has to be at head height. There it's going to get pushed and there are the plates in the way. Here I did level 30. And because these corner ones, you can choose which side you want to do it on. I tried to make it look even, so I did it here. So I had the 2 for both of these sides, the 3 along the middle. Actually no, I think I did 4 there, so it was 3 there, 4 there. And that worked out okay. So the way I did it, I had 1, 2, 3, 4... No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just being my low levels, and here's should be where level 14 is. Which is where you can start getting accurate with your levels. Alright, just a quick check, make sure there's nothing I missed. Obviously you'd have ground around there if you were building it in the real world. You might want to extend the walls down or extend the ground up depending on the shape of your ground. Finish that all the way around. But other than that, there is one pretty nice looking Hall of Enchantment. That's it for this tutorial now. If you'd enjoyed it or found it helpful, let me know. Your feedback is appreciated. If you haven't enjoyed it, let me know why so that I can improve. If you would like to see more tutorials of awesome things like this, let me know. That's something I'd like to get around to doing. If you want to check out my channel, there's a few videos there. This is Noxter, signing out.